So it's probably like around sunset time, if not a little, maybe a little before, maybe a little after. I'm not sure. Since it's around 6:30, I know last I checked it was 6:10. I don't know what time it is right now, but lots of things were done. We took out sweet potatoes. A good little harvest from one was had. I think my mother maybe means to put these back in. So I guess if they're still here in the coming days, she'll plant them around or something. Um, the mom border that was doing solidly in the spring and kind of like faltered really bad after we got to like midsummer. What remained of that was transplanted back into the front bed. So I have all the ones that were blooming red. There's like a row of like 5 of them over here. Let's see. There's 1, 2, there's a small one there, another small one, 4, 5. So that's 5 of them. I don't know if they'll take this season or not. And there's one mum here. I don't know what color. Another mum in that zinnia bed. One over here. And then 2 over here. I think the rest of these are all like yellow-orange. The biggest thing, I took down the clematis fence, whatever. It essentially leaned out of the ground. And so next year, I think I'll like to do it with some like 4x4 or something like that. If anything. Or at least affix some type of one of the metal things. Not necessarily the plastic wire, but like one of the, even though the plastic wire was fine. I want to do another one more sturdy. So essentially, I just took off like around 18 inches. I just took it off, and whatever came off, came off. I put one of them in there, so we'll see if we have a second one like we had this year that didn't do so well. The marigolds are kind of all broken over, whether that's by their own weight or by the cat. I'm leaning towards the cat, who is asleep under the... Anyway. Anywho, oh, lights. And so there has been a moment here. I had transplanted 2 earlier. More recently, I planted 2 back over here. And these are like, they're not red, but they're like a pink. It was just funny because I pretty sure when I put them all in the ground up in the front, they were all like orange and yellow. So that they all, I guess, decided to change color is fantastic. But this is like a little pink thing now. I watered some plants over there. I do have a box of cereal on me, so. There was a little box of coleus. You know, let them root a little bit and let them go to seed, and then they can see themselves, and that'll be great for next season if anything. Right? But I don't have anything else to do with them. So, to my surprise, the basil that I transplanted in these beds ended up doing really well, especially this one. So I'll probably plant more basil around here next year for sure. Again, probably need to cut the lavender. They're all like oddly shaped, so maybe it's too late for that now though. I have to look into that some more. So the daylilies that I transplanted are all doing really well actually. They just had needed some time. So there's 4 of them there actually. I did move one of the coleus over there. So this bed is shifted and new, but I like the new shape. Even though this is kind of being taken over, it's still like really solid, and so very eager to put slush down, like a thick. That's gonna be bags. It's gonna be bags. And look at all this grass. Okay. Anyway, I obviously also need to get to mulch, but until I get mulch, I'm fine trimming low here with the border to minimize bed invasion and hand pulling, right? But also we're entering the colder period. Yeah, I'm just looking how everything's looking around. You know, obviously I would keep up with the garden a lot more if I could, if the temperature allowed, but the temperature wasn't necessarily allowing. So, yeah. And this beautyberry, it's like it always wanted to be here, the way it bounced back after that transplant. So that bed over there is kind of useless, except for, I guess, the gladiolus. That probably will be a bit more prolific next year. And the wisteria, I wonder if I moved the wisteria if it would do better elsewhere. But I think, if anything, I'd probably just prefer to get another wisteria. The beautyberry, I don't know. I don't think she's supposed to be evergreen. I'll look into it though, but I don't think she is. So the fig that I planted is coming back. Hopefully, it'll do really well next year. And then I moved. There's a fig that was in the pot that we moved over here. So we'll see if this takes, and if not, it doesn't. You know. But this is where the osmanthus was, so it'll be these fig over here and then other plants, because I didn't necessarily want to have too many fruit over here, but Okay, fig. So there's nothing over here on this side except right now this fig. But then over here we have the rose, the loropetalum, some sweet william I grew from seed that I planted. There should be at least 4. I don't know if there's 2 of them growing now, but there should be 1 over here and 1 over there. Dianthus. If I see that 50-cent sale next year, you know, I'll probably try and hop on it sooner to really put things really close together to really crowd everything else out, right? So, and then I just watered everything else. Yeah. To everything, turn, 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 turn. There is a season. Turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven.